Hello, welcome everybody. This is Dr. Barry again, here to bring you another episode of the Health and Wellness Podcast. Production brought to you by the HWC, the Health and Wellness Connection podcast series, being featured currently on Afro Vibes Radio and of course SoundCloud. Again, this is Dr. Barry. You can find me on my Instagram at Dr. Barry MD. That's DrBarrymD. Also my blog, where we post a lot of awesome and up-to-date information and articles regarding some of the greatest and coolest topics on health and wellness. You can find my blog at www.controlyourweight8.com. Again, so thank y'all for joining us today. We have an exciting show today to talk to you about. The main topic I want to focus on today is the benefits of exercise. Now, exercise is one of those topics that we talk about quite a bit, but I just wanted to kind of dedicate a little show today about why exercise is so important and why I like to focus on exercise as a way to achieve improved health and wellness. First of all, exercise is something that you need to be aware of because it's something that is pretty much recommended by every important medical agency, institution all over the country. Now, people ask me about exercise, like first, what exactly do you define as exercise? What exactly is the recommendations of how often you should be doing it, and other kind of questions. So let's answer some of those little basic questions today. So in a nutshell, exercise is generally any bodily activity that enhances or maintains physical fitness and overall health and wellness. Now, this could be really anything that allows your body to burn calories and lets you break a sweat after exerting yourself. Exercise has numerous benefits, which we'll get to in detail shortly. But for exercise, I want to make sure people understand the recommendations. Now, according to the CDC, it's recommended that we try to get at least 30 minutes of exercise, at least 2-3 times a day. Now, ideally, your exercise routine should generally consist of both aerobic and strength training. Ideally, 2 sessions of aerobic and maybe another 2 episodes of strength training. Now, when it comes to aerobic, people think you got to go run 5 miles or something crazy. Not that that's crazy, but you got to run an excessive amount of time or do something that's extremely, damaging. Especially if you have injuries like back injuries or knee injuries, you may not be able to, sprint, 5 miles and say you worked out. But there's ways you can get those calories to be burned at the same time, not potentially injure yourself or potentially re-aggravate a previous injury. Things like fast walking, jogging, swimming, which is very excellent and probably the most effective aerobic exercise you can do, is a very excellent way to burn calories, biking included. The key is that you should exercise at a moderate intensity. You're not going to exercise, balls to the wall for 30 minutes. You can potentially, unless you're an elite athlete, that's probably not going to be possible. But for the average individual, the key is getting that target heart rate up into the levels that it should be. Now, if you're not sure what your target heart rate is or what it should be, the best way to do this is to really get a smartwatch. That's kind of one of the most effective, easiest ways to monitor that, or one of the heart rate monitors that you wear in your chest, the old school joints. But heart rate monitors are excellent because they can tell you exactly how hard you're exerting yourself. Ideally, for most people, between 100 beats to 140 beats per minute is probably that target heart rate zone, but it varies based on your height and weight, and that's something you can look up on numerous little sites on the internet about target heart rate. So once you achieve this heart rate, it's ideal to keep it about 20 to 30 minutes. That's usually the clinically recommended amount of exercise you should do before your body gets a positive benefit from it. If you're not really breaking that target heart rate zone consistently with each session, then you're probably not working out hard enough. You probably should increase your sessions. And keep in mind, as you get more fit, it's going to get harder for you to get to the heart rate zone and keep it there. So you're going to have to increase your exertion as you progress through your workout. Now, for strength training, you should do this at least twice a week. Lifting weights, bands, some sort of resistance training that helps do a lot of things. Helps build muscle, as well as helps boost your metabolism. So it's important you try to do at least 15-20 minute sessions twice a week of strength training. This could include push-ups, sit-ups, body weight resistance training, or of course going to the gym and lifting iron the old-fashioned way. Kids are about the same as well. It should be about 60 minutes of activity per day for kids. Kids are much more they have a higher metabolism. They tend to be more active, and so they usually need more exercise to really, get, the appropriate amount of workout or calories expended that they need. So exercise, we got over why we're doing it, how often we should be doing it. Now the next question is, what are the benefits? I mean, people tell me all the time, doc, exercise is cool, but I hate actually sweating, and I hate going outside, and I hate doing anything that makes me have to, feel sticky and icky. And to those people, I say, get over it. Exercise is worth it. Yes, you may get a little dirty during your session, but trust me, you're essentially cleaning out your insides. And of course, you don't always take a shower afterwards. So people who get caught up on, oh my God, I gotta, exert myself, and oh my God, I'm gonna be sore later. Yes, you're gonna be sore, but there's ways we can treat that. The benefits are so amazing that it's definitely worth dealing with those minor issues that you have to sometimes deal with when you're working out regularly. Now, why do workout? Why work out? Why actually go to the gym? What's the benefit? Why am I wasting my time doing all this? Like people ask me. Well, here's one reason. We're going to go into quite a few here, but let's start off. First off, it helps you control your weight. Now, that should be really the main reason why we shouldn't even be discussing this too much longer, because the problem right now in America especially, and really a lot of parts of the world, is obesity. Obesity is something that's really ravaged and destroyed many people. I've written about this extensively in my book, Next Level Weight Loss 2.0. Please go and check it out at your nearest bookstore, especially Amazon or Kindle if you haven't already. But obesity is something that's really ravaging the world, and exercise is one of the best ways to control against that. Now, it's not the only way to control against that, because it's just a part of your plan of attack, if you will, if you're interested in trying to reduce your weight. But working out will help your body keep its ideal weight easier, and it's important because it allows you to maintain a level of fitness that will ensure you have a longer lifespan. And what I mean by this, it really goes to my next topic. Regular exercise will ultimately help reduce your risk of heart diseases. Now, the reason why this is significant, because heart disease is the number one killer of Americans especially, and it's rising all over the world as well. I think about 500,000 Americans die a year from heart disease. A lot of these is just due to just poor health, leading to blockages in the arteries within the heart, resulting in a heart attack, which is essentially a stroke of the heart. Now, exercise has been shown to increase the blood flow to the oxygen levels in your blood, as well as increases the blood flow to organs within your blood, and also exercise can help boost the oxygen levels in your body. Increase your oxygen is an excellent way to help reduce some of those diseases that, are dependent on, oxygen being blocked from these organs, like heart disease, stroke, and so forth. Exercise can also lower your blood pressure and lower your triglyceride levels, two things which are also implicated in increased risk of heart attack, because we all know if you're eating poorly and not being active, you're actually going to increase the level of cholesterol in your system. And what people don't understand is that if you're working out, especially strength training, cholesterol is actually important for muscle building. So boosting your muscles mass is an excellent way to help reduce that free cholesterol that's floating around, not knowing what to do, or preventing it from going into simple storage. Let your body recruit those cholesterol molecules and actually create new muscle, which is a lot better use of it than just it being plastered on the side of your arteries, creating the next scenario for your next heart attack or your next stroke. So definitely, heart disease risk and stroke reduction is one of the biggest, benefits of regular physical activity. Another thing that exercise can do, and it can help quite a bit with, is managing blood sugar and insulin levels. Now, for those who have a condition known as diabetes, which is a condition where the body is actually more resistant to insulin, resulting in elevated blood sugar, which causes a whole host of problems, regular exercise can actually help your body use insulin well. Now, this is kind of a complex topic, so we won't go into too much detail. I don't want to bore you to death with pathophysiology or anything like that, but you can check out my book, Next Level Weight Loss 2.0, for a little more in-depth description of how your body uses leptin and other molecules to help manage your insulin metabolism and how exercise can boost that. But in a nutshell, exercise helps your body use insulin more efficiently, makes insulin work better. Therefore, it allows your body to reduce the chances of you having elevated blood sugars, which ultimately can reduce all kinds of illnesses, especially type 2 diabetes. Now, diabetes is one of those illnesses that once you get it, it can be quite devastating. It hits all organs, it attacks all parts of the body, and can really be quite disastrous if it's allowed to run amok, if you will. So doing things like regular exercise is helpful in helping prevent such an issue from developing. Also, for those who already have diabetes, it can also help reduce the progression of diabetes. So it's just so important that if you're a diabetic or have been told you're pre-diabetic or you have some concerns because there's a strong family history of diabetes in your family, you definitely want to consider incorporating a regular exercise routine to help stave off the risk of that condition becoming real or much worse. Now, exercise, in addition to the other amazing health benefits that I just mentioned, it can actually help you quit bad habits, including smoking. Exercise actually makes it easier to quit smoking because it can reduce cravings and withdrawal symptoms, and just kind of makes it easier for your body to tolerate the lack of nicotine that you've been exposing it to on a consistent basis. Many exercise enthusiasts have told me that they've enjoyed the runner's high they get from running and being physically active. It's kind of similar to the high they get from actually smoking cigarettes, and a lot of people have been able to replace this feeling of euphoria they get after smoking with simply working out. And I think that's an excellent way to help get yourself off of harmful habits like smoking. Vaping is also actually a way that I've heard a lot of patients, what I've seen in my practice, have successfully withdrawn themselves from the addiction of smoking cigarettes. Now, ideally, vaping is a whole other topic, which we'll also talk about one day in the future. But today, let's focus on exercise and why it's important. And quitting smoking is just one of those. Now, join me on the other side of the break, and we'll talk more about some of these other amazing benefits of exercise and why you need to start today if you haven't already. It's Dr. Barry. I'll see you in a bit. Hello, it's Dr. Barry again, coming back here after the break with some more awesome tidbits as to why exercise is so important and why we need to continue doing it. Again, I'm Dr. Barry. Please follow me on Instagram at Dr. BarryMD, spelled at DRBARYMD. All right, so the next benefit of exercise, which we've kind of talked about, but I want to make sure we reiterate, is the improving of your mental health and mood. Now, exercise is one of those things, again, that actually can stimulate the body to release neurotransmitters in the blood that can actually help boost mood, similar to the way some of these antidepressants work. Now, exercise is one of those unique states that, has so many different benefits, and including physical and mental. And these neurotransmitters that we discussed can help you feel more relaxed muscles, and they've been actually shown to clinically help with stress directly, as well as treating of depression. So in a nutshell, exercise is a great stress reliever. So I know personally, when I'm seeing myself stressed out for whatever reason, a lot of things going on, hitting the gym is one of the best ways to kind of clear your mind and help your body relax and help your mind relax so that you can better deal with whatever issues you're faced with. So that's always tell folks, if you're seeing yourself in a situation you're just stressed out and don't know what to do, go for a run or maybe go to the gym. You'll realize that afterwards, the problem may still be there, but you'll feel a lot more relaxed, and use your relaxed mind as the best way to deal with any kind of issue you see yourself having to face with. So, again, improve your mood and reduce your depression risk by working out regularly. Now, as a continuation of this mental clarity, exercise has been clinically shown to help keep your thinking, learning, and judgment skills sharp as you get older. There's actually a study that came out recently that talked directly about this. There was a recent study that came out in the Journal of Neurology. Now, this study came out recently, just March of this year, and it showed that women that actually maintain a regular level of cardiovascular fitness or stamina, or had high stamina, had an 88% lower risk of dementia than women who were just moderately fit. Now, of course, this study particularly focused on women, but I'm pretty certain the same effect would probably cross over to men. And it's really important that this is the case, because dementia is one of those illnesses that we've never really known the exact cause of and the exact way to prevent it. There's a lot of things on the market that kind of have theory. There are various theories on the study of dementia, but it's not really clear in the scientific community what exactly causes it. But now studies are showing that people who are sedentary or lead sedentary lifestyles have significantly increased risk of getting dementia. And dementia is one of those conditions that unfortunately can be quite devastating for those who develop it. I mean, you lose all sense of awareness. You don't realize who your family is anymore. I mean, it's pretty destroying to families and patients who get them. So reducing the risk of dementia should be a very important goal for anyone. And exercise is one of those things you can do to prevent it. So that alone should be, I think, enough for most people, especially those who've had the unfortunate situation of having to deal with someone who's demented, especially if a loved one becomes demented. It can be quite difficult. So it's exciting to understand that as you work out, it can help actually improve your mental clarity and sharpness. So that's something that hopefully people take into consideration when looking at how to incorporate exercise into their routine. Now, for the obvious, another benefit of exercise, it can help strengthen your bones and muscles. Now, of course, most people have known this since the first weight room was ever created, because obviously if you're lifting heavy weights, your body will recruit extra muscle fibers and help strengthen those fibers. You can do it again. And that's the way your body works. If you do something repetitively, your body will improve your ability to continue doing it to help reduce the stress required to do it. So, you want to get those muscles and bones stronger. Definitely want to work out. This is also important for women and other people who suffer from a condition known as osteopenia, which is basically very brittle and weak bones. This is something that can happen naturally to many individuals due to hormonal reasons. Also, those who are not getting enough calcium and magnesium in their diet can also develop this condition as well. So in addition to improving your dietary habits, which includes good intake of magnesium, calcium, which is found in a lot of, nutrient-dense foods, especially seeds and other plants and so forth. Working out regularly is critical in helping you maintain good strength of your bones and muscles. This is important because fractures of various bones like the hip and long bones can be quite debilitating as we get older. So keeping those bones strong is a great way to stay out of the hospital, and exercise is the way to do that. Exercise also reduces the risks of certain cancers like colon cancer, breast cancer, uterine cancer, lung cancer. All these various cancers have been scientifically shown to have reduced risk if you're maintaining regular activity. So it's very important that if you consider yourself someone who does not like cancer or wants to stay out of the hospital, trying to maintain a consistent level of exercise is important, because that's really the best way to do it. Exercise also improves sleep. Now, people who have trouble with insomnia will tell me every day, "Hey doc, what can I do? What can I take to help myself sleep better? I've been tossing and turning all night, not sure what to do." Well, have you worked out today? I mean, that's really one of the more important ways to get your body, on a better circadian rhythm. And circadian rhythm is just that rhythm that tells your body when to go to bed at night, when to wake up in the morning. And it's just something that helps your body stay functioning as it should. Exercise will help reduce any kind of potential issues that will keep you up all night by ensuring that, your body is fairly well worn out and able to go into a restful mode. A lot of times patients suffer from anxiety or a lot of mental issues or social issues that they're just unable to sleep due to the various things that are going on in their head, and they're unable to really kind of relax and go into that restful sleep. So not only does exercise help clear the mind from all that, it also will help cause you to feel that fatigue that you need, that'll allow your body to go into that restful state. So exercise is just so important, and improving your sleep is just one of the many beneficial reasons. And we've already talked about why sleep is so critical and why getting enough sleep is important. I mean, damn near paramount as far as maintaining a proper or improving your wellness. In addition to simply clearing your mind, it can actually improve your sexual health. Now, sexual health is something we're going to talk about in detail as well in a future show. But exercise specifically can actually help improve your sex life. Now, one of the biggest improvements, which we talked about too, I think last show we did, how erectile dysfunction, one of the most concerning illnesses that's plaguing many men, and probably many causes of depression as well, is something that exercise has been shown to directly improve. In addition to, like we said earlier, how exercise can help reduce cholesterol and help improve blood flow. this applies to the penis as well. So if you're a man who's having difficulty, pleasing your lover, regular exercise can be the antidote. Now, of course, people are aware of Viagra. And we've also talked about some of these other natural erectile dysfunction treatment options you can get. That's on my blog at controlyourweight.com. Again, control, CONTROLYOURW8.com. Check out my blog and you can see a lot of cool articles where we talk about other natural sexual stimulants. But exercise is one of those natural stimulants. You work out, you can help reduce claudications, or what we call blockages in the arteries down there, and that'll help your blood flow and will help your erection. And of course, people who do this have been extremely happy because of the benefits they obtain, as well as their partner, who finally is probably able to enjoy some of the benefits of treating their erectile dysfunction. So for that reason alone, I'm sure many people will probably be cutting us off and going straight to the gym. But at least let the show finish first. No, okay, so the last, I think, big reason I wanted to give is that exercise overall increases your chance of living longer. Like I said, for all the other reasons we discussed, reducing stroke, reducing cancer risks, reducing depression, helping with sleep. Ultimately, all these things eventually will make you live longer. And that's something that studies have shown consistently. Simply reducing your risk of dying, and that by itself will obviously make you live longer. But if you're happier and more productive as a result, I think ultimately everything is going to be better for you. So, in a nutshell, exercise is so critical. It's so important that people, should definitely make it a priority. And I tell people, try to make it fun. You don't have to make exercise such a boring, hit the treadmill and just stare at a blank wall for 30 minutes. And get your family involved. Take your kids to the park. Go for a walk with the kids. Or maybe get your friends and y'all go to a class session, have a yoga session, or have a dance class. Or hell, go get an Xbox and put it on and put on one of those games that lets you run around and they can actually track your movements. And that's something that kids love, and that's something that families can do together. And the key is making exercise fun. You should do things that make you happy. Now, not to say it always has to be fun. Sometimes you're gonna have to push yourself, and that may be a little more stressful, if you will. But ultimately, exercise should be something that you enjoy. And eventually, when you start seeing the benefits, it's going to be a self-motivating process. When you see yourself sleeping better and having better sex and not falling as much and, seeing your lab tests look improved, it's going to make, you feel better, and that's going to help boost that motivation to continue working out. So I encourage everybody, please, if you're wondering, ways you can improve your health and wellness, consider, hitting the gym or just getting more active. For more, awesome ways to get active and get more out of there, or ideas for that matter, check out my blog at www.controlyourweight. Again, that's control, CONTROLYOURW8.com. Check out the blog for awesome tips and tricks. Also follow me on Instagram at DrbarryMD. Again, that's spelled at DRBARRYMD. Please check me out for awesome tips and tricks on how to lose weight and how to be healthy. Again, thank you guys for listening today. Enjoy your day.